The term Sigma Man is used frequently in today's society. A lack of emotional expression and preference for a rational approach to life is implied to make one less than human. This term is used by some as a self-description of their character. But what does it entail precisely? When asked why Sigma guys are stereotyped as being emotionless, many people cite the Sigma trait. The way Sigma men process and think about information is where many specialists place the blame. Here are 8 examples that support the stereotype that Sigma guys lack feelings. 1. They are unconcerned with how others perceive them. The opinions of others have no bearing on the lives of Sigma guys. They care little about what other people think or whether or not they fit in. Their lack of concern for the opinions of others may make them come across as arrogant or egocentric. In order to feel good about themselves, Sigma males don't need to seek the approval of others. Sigma guys have respect for others despite their apparent indifference to the opinions of others. One way in which they differ from traditional alpha men is in this regard. Although alpha males may give the impression that they don't care what others think, that's not always the case. They are merely attempting to present a particular persona. Contrarily, most males of the Sigma subgroup simply don't give a hoot. Neither of them cares about making a good impression. 2. They are often seen as cold, distant, and hard to talk to. The Sigma man stereotype is that they are cold, distant, and unapproachable because they like to remain to themselves. Others may think this about them, but it's not necessarily accurate. Sigma males prefer being on their own to fitting in with the masses. Their preference may come out as cold, but that's not how they really are. Despite the stereotype, Sigma males can be great friends. They need only associate with those who respect their desire for autonomy. They usually only share their deepest secrets with a handful of trusted friends. Those individuals have the most in-depth familiarity with and comprehension of them. Although Sigma males aren't known for their extroversion, they often make up for it with their wealth of knowledge and experience. The key is for them to find the appropriate audience for their message. 3. They tend to think before they feel. Sigma guys tend to focus on rationality and logic rather than sentiment when interpreting the world around them. A person who thinks in this way may come across as cold and uncaring to those around them. They might not grasp why other individuals get worked up over what they regard as very minor issues. While this mode of thinking has its benefits, it also has the potential to make Sigma guys appear cold and unfeeling. Sigma guys are not, according to popular belief, heartless. All it means is that they show their feelings in a unique way. A Sigma guy, for instance, may feel outrage about an injustice he perceives, but he is more likely to do so in a cool and collected manner, rather than by lashing out emotionally. 4. They despise having to engage in idle chatter. They don't spend their time with chit-chat, in the opinion of Sigma guys. They'd rather cut to the chase and talk about something substantive. However, this is simply their communication style, and should not be taken as an indication of hostility or impatience. They'd rather have a meaningful conversation than just chat for the sake of it. In addition to not being proficient at it, Sigma males find small chat to be an annoyance. Because they are not much on small talk, they may come out as withdrawn or even rude. This is one reason why Sigma guys frequently choose to spend their time alone or with close friends and family. However, they excel at philosophical debates. You should chat to a Sigma male if you desire to engage in a meaningful conversation about something other than the weather. You won't believe how fascinating they can be. 5. They say what they think without hesitation. Straightforwardness and honesty characterize Sigma males. They always speak what they mean and never sugarcoat their words. Despite the fact that this may seem callous at times, it is simply their preferred mode of expression. Sigma males don't think it's necessary to gloss over or avoid issues. They'd rather be honest about how things really are. This sincerity can be misunderstood for emotionlessness, but is really just the Sigma man being himself. Instead of trying to make you happy by lying or sugarcoating the facts, they would rather say it to you straight. This may not be the most well-liked method, but Sigma guys highly prize it. Sigma males have a reputation for being insensitive because they don't hold back from saying what's on their minds. In reality, though, they simply don't see the need in trying to please everyone. 6. They don't like to talk much. Sigma males aren't the kind to always want to be in the company of others. They enjoy their own company but are content to be alone. Although this may make them appear aloof, the truth is that they simply enjoy spending time alone. Men of the Sigma fraternity are not introverts. They aren't necessarily antisocial. They just don't need constant human contact. Because Sigma males don't tend to be very social, their desire for isolation can give the impression that they lack feelings. A closer look reveals, however, that they are capable of love and attachments on par with everyone else. They're fine with doing it. They simply want to take their time and set the schedule. 7. They have the capacity for profound reflection. Men who identify as Sigmas are not the passive type. They are the type that take a moment to reflect before acting. They consider the world to contain depths underneath the surface. They are searching for a more profound meaning in life. Sigma men have an insatiable curiosity and never stop looking for clarification. It's easy to mistake Sigma guys' tendency toward introspection for aloofness or lack of interest. Males of the Sigma subgroup tend to have a lot running on in their minds, and they require space to think things through. They have a tendency to overthink situations, leading them to question the motives of others around them. Their ultimate goal is simple: self-awareness. They see conformity as for sheep and prefer to think independently. For this reason, it is not uncommon for Sigma guys to achieve great heights in their chosen fields. They have a fresh outlook that inspires original ideas and approaches. Success often comes from Sigma guys' willingness to try new things and think creatively. 8. They don't show a lot of emotion. Males of the Sigma P fraternity are notoriously bad at displaying their feelings. They would rather keep them to themselves and only reveal them to those they consider close confidants. Because of this, they may come across as cold, but in reality, they are merely reserved. Sigma males think that feelings are private and should only be shared with people closest to you. It's important to remember that just because a Sigma guy might not show his feelings, that doesn't mean he doesn't have them. They don't see the need in broadcasting their every waking moment. Because of this, they exude an air of mystery. Because of their secretive demeanor, many women regard Sigma males to be beautiful. Both reserved and forthright, they say what's on their minds. For women accustomed to dating more conventional males, this mix can be incredibly appealing. Sometimes, Sigma guys' partner-seeking efforts are hampered by their strong inclination toward individuality and autonomy. Once they've found someone who gets them, though, they tend to be incredibly devoted. Despite stereotypes, Sigma males are simply reserved introverts who like to stay to themselves. If you can wrap your head around this aspect of them, you'll start to get the appeal.